and in this episode of Cowabunga Corner, we are talking with Kristy from VoiceChaser.com. Kristy, what got you into voice chasing?
Oh, let's see, that was about 94, 95. Animaniacs had just come out, and I was watching it with my best friend, Allie, and she said, hey, that Yakko voice, that really sounds familiar, and we were both really big Turtle fans at the time. I said, no. It sounds like Raph, and I said, no. And so at the time there wasn't much resource online for voice actors. It was usually just a big block of credits, right, with names. You didn't know who did who. There wasn't really much internet at 94, 95.
You just needed to find the magazines.
Yeah, right. So, and yeah, so at the time, the good thing was that Animaniacs actually had name and all the characters they did. So Animaniacs became the keystone for us, right? So what we did was we started listening, and that's how the whole voice chasing thing started. Was we went to Ninja Turtles, wrote down all the people at the end of the credits, and then we would listen, and we would listen for the same voice in Animaniacs that was also in that credit set. Rob was one of them, and sure enough, Raphael sounded just like Yakko, and it was, and also Dr. Scratch and Sif and Pinky, of course. And so we started keeping these lists, right? We had lists of credits from each show, and we would kind of fill in the blank, and it kind of became a hobby where we would, with the people we knew, and then we would listen for them in every other show that we at the time was 90, the animated series going on at the time. So that's how it started. Actually, Turtles was a big part of it. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Have you met any of these voice actors from your history there?
Oh, a whole lot. Also, are we talking Turtles specifically?
Mainly Turtles.
Actually, I haven't met too many of the Turtles people. Some of the 4Kids people. I just met Scott Williams today. That was very nice. Baxter Stockman.
Veronica Taylor. Nicholas.
Yep. Rob. I don't think I've met any of the other from the original four. From the original series, but yeah, and they're always the nicest people. That's the best thing about the whole thing. Is doing this project is very labor of love, and they also appreciate it. It's really good.
Yes, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Voice actors are great.
They are. They're very good people.
If you've not met voice actors, you should.
Yes.
Which turtle is your favorite turtle?
Okay, so it's kind of a interesting question because it used to be Michelangelo. And
used to be.
Well, it probably still is. So originally it was Michelangelo, right? My best friend Allie was Raphael. And now, actually, as I've gone into adulthood, it's changed a little bit. It's more Leo now, I think. Which is really interesting, huh?
Leo and Raph.
As I grew up, the turtle matured.
That's bad. Okay. Where do you normally meet voice actors? You go to a lot of conventions or other events?
Conventions mostly, and I correspond with a lot of them online. We do a lot of updates and news, interviews and that kind of stuff.
Now your website's not just credits anymore, it's also interviews up on there?
Interviews, news, forum, now we're on Twitter and Facebook, of course. So
getting out there?
Yep. We've been going on for, next year will be 15 years.
Wow.
It's been a long time. So.
Now, have you ever been interested in voice acting?
No, actually I have not. Because I leave it to the professionals. I have too much respect for those guys to tread in that area. I don't have any interest in this. It's just like appreciating art, right? So I don't necessarily want to be a painter if I like an artist. I just enjoy the artist.
Okay. You're one of the few that I've heard say that when it comes to voice acting.
I know, there's a lot of...
So, you have a son, and he's in the Turtles?
I do. He's 4, he'll be 5 in December. And he loves Turtles, and he loves to play the old PS2 video game from the original PS2 video game when the 4Kids series came out. And he'll try to play it, and he'll start saying all of the things when they're attacking guys, like, you know, let's play stickball. I'll be the stick, you be the ball. He likes that phrase from Donatello. But Raph has become his favorite, and he stole my Raph out of my cabinet, display cabinet. And now he plays with my Raph figure, but that's okay.
Respect to Raph. Respect to Raph. Any other areas of Ninja Turtles you've shown interest in and actually met people from? The movies?
You want me to tell how I started the turtle story?
Yeah. How did you become a turtle fan?
I hated turtles. Can I just say that right now? I hated it. And Allie, my best friend, loved the show, and I said, this is the stupidest show I've ever seen. And then finally, I think it was like a sleepover, and she was watching it, and then I started watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then, ironically, like, I think that month, our local science center actually had a Ninja Turtle room, where they had a costume Leonardo, they had some of the Archie comic artists there, they had pizza, of course, they showed some of the episodes, they showed the robot policeman. Shiny,
Rex 1.
Yes.
New York Shiniest.
Yes. Anyway, they showed that episode. And
I didn't know I was being trivia'd here.
I was quizzing. And right before we went to that event, I bought my first figure at I think it was like a Walgreens or an Eckerd. The only one they had was Krang. And that was my first turtle figure. And then it exploded from there. So.
Turtles everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Blooming and turtles.
Yes.
How long have you been a part of the online fandom of Ninja Turtles?
Is it 95, 96? I think it's 96. When did it start?
95 is when TMNT started, but I think you joined TMNT in 96.
It was like 96-ish.
Yeah, I joined in September of 95.
Yeah, when Voice Chasers started, I think it was around.
But you were part of a different group before that. Weren't you in a group with Neil on...
Oh, Prodigy.
Yeah, the Prodigy group.
Yeah, so Prodigy is actually where Voice Chasers started too. And on Prodigy there was a bulletin board. There was bulletin boards at the time. And we had a TMNT, club on there. So I was part of that. No, but I met several people who are like Neil, who I found again later. And that's where Voice Chasers started too, where we'd actually keep those lists of credits online and we'd all add to it. And then eventually it became the website.
See, I originally found out the voice actors list through magazines. I have interviews. Black Belt Magazine has a picture of Cam Clark, no, not Cam Clark, Rob Paulson, Barry Gordon, Townsend Coleman with the Leonardo costume, and they named all of them, which turtle they did, and mentioned that Cam Clark was Leo.
Oh, interesting.
So I actually have magazines. Yeah, I still have it.
Oh, cool.
So
I never knew.
That's
because I wasn't in the karate. So.
It was a full issue based off of Turtle Students for the Oops.
Oh.
So it was one of their special issues.
Interesting.
So I've known who the voice actors were for since '91.
Yep.
And constantly trying to learn about them.
Yep.
So she taught me that I'm a voice chaser because I was following who they were beforehand. My sister was doing it before I was because Mickey Nolan's of the Monkeys does cartoons.
That's right.
And she was following what shows he was in. So
just following the actor show to show.
Yeah. And they taught me it's voice chasing. Before I thought I was just turtle chasing, but what are your thoughts on Rob Paulson being Donatello for the new Ninja Turtle series by Nickelodeon?
I saw that on Rob's Twitter. It's very interesting. I mean, hey, it's Rob, and I'm okay with it. I'm sure he'll do a great job because he's a great character actor. So I don't have any problems with it.
I actually think that his Yakko voice kind of reminds me of a Donatello type personality.
It's a nerdy kind of voice, yeah.
I can see him doing it. So
I can see it.
I'm for it. I cannot wait to see what you do, Rob. Now, you mentioned a Raph toy being removed from a case. Do you have any favorite collectible of Ninja Turtles in your collection?
I don't even know where half of them are anymore, honestly. They're all in my parents' house somewhere.
So sad. But do you have a favorite?
I don't even know what I had. I had a Michelangelo calculator.
Her favorite item was a Michelangelo calculator. That's fantastic.
I bet no one said that before on their interview, right?
So, is there anything you would like to tell us about your website?
Oh, well, it's an online resource for voice actor fans and professionals. We have a database of I think we have like over 12,000 actors now in the database. Their voiceography, their headshot, demo if they give it to us. We have news and interviews, and it's just kind of a one-stop shop for voice actor fans. It's really interesting because when we first started, we didn't have that many, we didn't know that many people that were kind of into it, and now that's 15 years later, it's just going to the panel. I remember the first panel I went to in San Diego for voice actors, there was nobody in it. There's nobody there. It was Lucille Bliss, Tom Kenny was there, and the place was like, it was a very small room, and now at Comic-Con, the Mark Evan-Years panel's huge.
And they have
there's two, because there's
Saturday and Sunday, and
yeah,
they usually bring on a different cast each day.
Yeah, so 15 years, I mean,
big difference.
It's pretty cool. We like to think we're kind of fun.
Thank you so much for being on Cowabunga Corner today.
Thank you.
Who knows, maybe sometime we'll tag you with more information about your website in the future.
Sure.
Okay, we'll catch you guys next week on Cowabunga Corner.